What can keep you from unraveling when you face uncertainty? You may be surprised to learn that a short story in the Old Testament offers you an answer. The book of Ruth shows how God can bring hope out of heartache. The story begins by introducing us to Naomi, a woman on the run with her family in ancient Israel. Famine has turned them into refugees. Naomi, her husband, and their 2 sons leave their home in Bethlehem in order to survive. They find refuge in enemy territory. But then, tragedy strikes. Naomi's husband dies. Facing heartache and grief, Naomi and her sons move forward. In time, the sons marry local women, one of them named Ruth. But after 10 years of this new life together, more disaster strikes. Both of Naomi's sons die. She's left empty, away from home, drowning in despair. Hope seems lost. Back in Bethlehem, the famine finally comes to an end. God has visited his people. So Naomi decides to return home, and her daughter-in-law, Ruth, determines to go with her. Naomi is gripped by grief, but the darkness is lifting. She feels empty, but she isn't alone. Hope starts to whisper. Ruth could have moved on. She could have started over, but she leaves everything she knows and clings to Naomi. When they get to Bethlehem, Ruth goes to a nearby farm to scavenge for food to survive. The farm owner, a man named Boaz, has heard of Ruth's kindness and loyalty, so he offers her as much food as she needs. Hope begins to build. In a time of corruption and injustice, Boaz stands out as kind and generous. He promises Ruth provision and protection, but Ruth takes it a step further. Risking her reputation and safety, she finds Boaz in the middle of the night and proposes to him. Impressed by her character and honored by her request, Boaz accepts. Hope has arrived. Ruth and Boaz get married and have a son named Obed. The whole town rejoices, celebrating God's gift to the new grandmother, Naomi. Her friends say over her, "Blessed be the Lord, who has not left you this day without a redeemer." But the story doesn't end there. Hope had not only come for Naomi's family, but the entire nation. Obed would become the grandfather of King David, one who would lead God's people out of darkness and difficulty. And David was only a shadow of the greater king to come. Through his family line, Jesus was born. Jesus endured the heartache of humanity. Jesus offers hope for all who fall at his feet. Through Jesus, the same promise to Naomi is proclaimed over anyone in Christ. Blessed be the Lord, who has not left you this day without a redeemer. The story of Ruth points to our redemption in Christ. In the midst of heartache, Jesus offers you hope that lasts.